Device. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my weekly stream. So, as such, I think I have my other my monitor like everything like also on. But hold on a sec. Let me mute that. So, anyway, welcome, and welcome to another Wednesday. This is when I tweet actually Twitch. What am I talking about? So, thank you for joining me. And as such, too, I am a bit unprepared again. And there's just been a lot of new things, as I'm starting my new role at DataStax. And so, but I want to continue to doing developer thing. And then that's my interest. So at where I am now is really great, really great support kind of from other developer advocates too. And talking about which, I'll tell you a bit about DataStax if you're interested. And if you are like into big data, Cassandra, for example, then you're probably familiar with the company. We're very much into open source, and that's when I'm like so excited. I know I kind of made kind of another switch, and there are various reasons, but one of which is really strong is that I think I really am excited joining a company that's very supportive of developer advocacy and also into open source. And of course, it is a commercial company, but but it's got a nice model to support open source too. And of course, it is we are committers to Apache Cassandra and also to now Apache Pulsar. And so that's a streaming platform. If you watch me last week and if you follow me or kind of even if you watch it afterwards, right, you realize that it is because Pulsar is actually more of an extended, I'd say extended platform for doing for doing event streaming, on the enterprise level. So it's definitely not for like, say, your day-to-day thing. That's not what it is for, but it's more for the, if you're serious, right, about event streaming on the enterprise scale, and that's what it is for. So yeah, and I think there's some chat going on. Hey Max, yeah, how are you? Yeah, yes, exactly. So DataStax is actually very much into open source too, and let me know too if you want to join me. As I mentioned on my Discord, right? I was saying that if anybody wants to join, you're welcome to, as long as please play by the rules, right? And we're not here to argue, but it's really about sharing things. So, and of course, Max, I know it is late for Max too. Max is in Brazil. So thank you so much every time being here. So yeah, so just a bit too before I get into talking about study groups, I just thought maybe some of you maybe are interested, right, in getting knowing more about how to do study groups, right? So I wanted to share this one experience with my Java users group quite recently, like it's actually last month. But before that, right, let me get back to a bit of DataStax. So the company I'm now with, it's actually DataStax again, doing data management, Cassandra, and we have database like managed cloud platform. So think of like Kafka, right? Kafka has its own managed Confluent managed platform. So then you don't need to worry about setting up all those things, all the configurations, the observability thing, the metrics, all of these things is just all like managed for you. It's a cloud platform. You just kind of plug it in and it will do things for you. But of course, it is not free, but the thing is though, I mean, people do the work for you, right? And maybe some of you work at places that you are offering managed cloud services. So there's a lot of work too, but I mean, it is fair, right? Pay people. We go to work and we get paid, and this is how the whole ecosystem works. But anyway, so DataStax is, we have our own hosted like database, right? Cassandra, we host it on I'll go over that with you. In fact, you can also get a free account. And once you sign up, you get a free tier, $25 credit. So, and let me kind of share that. Actually, why don't I share it with you now? Rather than just talking about, I'm kind of talking about sending my papers to different conferences. So that's where I am. But in fact, that's what I've been like so busy because I just started my job. And then I also am doing talks. And of course, too, right now, guess what? Everybody, if you're a speaker, right, Max, and some of you maybe are speakers, developer advocates, you being maybe invited to talks or maybe like there are chances of you going to talk. And let me know too if my screen is okay, because over here, for some reason, I'm seeing like a frequency kind of mismatch. It is blinking somehow, but maybe I'll adjust my focus here first. I don't know what it is. Maybe little, yeah, I do turn on little bright. I'm not sure like why, but in any event, it looks like my other monitoring screen looks okay. So, but let me know if it gets kind of bothersome. I think must be some sort of like frequency kind of impedance, right? I think something like that, and I could feel it. So, yeah, I'm in a purple big browser window. Yeah, the thing is too that there are like so many things, right? Okay, so I was going to say, okay, let's take a look at the DataStax. Sorry, and well, okay, so that's my Octo. Okay, all right, DataStax. Let me just go to company account, not the, well, our company actually uses Okta for all of the single sign-on. It actually makes things so much easier. So, but anyway, if you want to go to, DataStax, right? So datastax.com. And yeah, and Max, did you want to join me at all? Yeah, if you want, I'll send you the link too. So I just put into the chat, right? It's the datastax.com. This is how you can get to it, right? And so, and it's funny. Why am I seeing my other thing popping up in here? That is funny. Oh, it's actually, oh, you know why? Because I'm multi-stream to my YouTube as well. So then it's actually, this is interesting. It's something new. It's telling me where where the primary is to show this on the screen. That's interesting. But let me do this one thing. Let me kind of hide this one, but let me show on stream. Okay, so this one is here, my Melon. So this is my Melon streaming platform. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But I just noticed this, right? And it's funny. Sometimes, all of these platforms you're using, they put in new features and you're like, okay, how did that happen? Did I do something? But no, but probably this is what happened, right? If you use some kind of platform services, they upgrade things and you get them, I guess, unless you disable it or whatever, then you won't see it. But if you don't, then you probably will get new features as they come, if they enable it for general access, right? That type of stuff. But that's a pluses too. Don't get me wrong. But okay. So DataStax. So I was going to say, right, we have managed cloud platforms. So like I said, right, see, the thing is, I'm sure you are the same, right? We're all into things that we can learn without us having to pay, or even like just not pay too much because it's expensive, right? Let's face it. So okay, so let's see. Sign up to over here. Sign up to. Okay, let me move myself smaller because I'm becoming like blocking again, and I always forget. Okay. Let me make myself smaller. Yes, this is much better. So I won't be like blocking, I should not be the center of the world, right? So, okay, so here we go. So this is how you can get to the DataStax, the cloud thing. So actually, you know what? I wonder, okay, let me kind of give that to you. If it's directly, I bet it's this guy. Let me kind of test it first. Oops. I guess I cannot. I think I should be like that. I wasn't copying all those things. Okay, I guess it won't let me do that. Okay, let me just go back in here again. So that's fine. Let me kind of just send that to you, but it's not a small clip, right? So let me. Oh, where did it go? Okay, here we go. So yeah, sign up for the free tier. Extra DB Cloud access, right? It's again $25 credit. Okay, and it's actually a big one too. Let me kind of do this. This is really different. This is so funny. Show on stream. Okay, so that's fine. So it covers me. But anyway, so this is how you can get to this screen. But if you go, like I said, if you go to datastax.com, and then there's also the link in there too, then that's how you can get to it. So for me, right, I can just sign up with my Google account, for example. Well, in this case, actually, you know what? Okay, that's fine. That's fine too, because I'm an employee now, so I do have some thing. Okay, and somebody is pinging me somewhere. Let me hold on a sec. Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay, I actually have it also over here too. Let me get the cursor back. This is what happened when you're doing way too many things all at once. Max, I'm so sorry. Yes. Let me do that right now. Give me just one moment. Yeah. Sorry, Max. Yeah, because I was trying to do other things, right? So then I wasn't paying attention. So sorry. Here we go. Max, where are you? Okay, here we go. Here, I kind of lost that window for a sec. Yes, so I just sent it to Max. But like I said, folks, if you're here, I don't know if App Boy can join. And last week, App Boy, your chicken wings, So I went to by the way, I don't mean to digress, but I went to the Korean market near me. And that line was so long. I was hungry, so I didn't wait for they have like barbecue chicken. But you have to order and then wait pretty much like at least, right, like 25 minutes, something like that. So because they really make good ones. I mean, I saw other people, they get the order. Anyway, so I still have not got my chicken wings, but every time now I think of who is it? App Boy. I think of the chicken wings that you told us about. And anyway, so let me see if Max is there too. Hold on a second. Let me go find my window. Oh, here we go. Max, it's here now. Let me see. Hey, Max. Yeah, okay. All right. Let me
Hi.
myself and hide on stream. Okay. And I'm kind of disappearing. That's because I am like this. Let me kind of make myself a little bigger. Okay, let me make myself bigger again. Hey, how are you, Max?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking and thanks for having me again.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean it's great, right? Sometimes I because I can't see other people and trying to talk, and I'm like assuming. And sometimes, like you said, folks are typing on the chat, which is great. But nothing beats first in person. But we can't do it in person right now. So as long as you come on the screen, that's great. We can interact this way. So thank you for agreeing to come here. So how are you doing? Everything's good.
I've been doing great. I have been busy on my
Um,
on my
yeah,
my company, working for my company. So there are a lot of tests, but I'm curious about the data
yeah,
stacks,
Dennis, thanks. Yeah,
infrastructure and stack and something like that. So
yeah,
especially because uh, I listened that you mentioned about the technologies Cassandra, Kafka, and something like
yeah.
that. And I have a little question. For example, uh, let's suppose do you have some tips to playing a kind of study process, study playing in order to understand how can I get started with data sets infrastructure. For example,
Sure,
I need to learn
sure,
previously Cassandra or another kind of technology in order to jumping in
sure.
your structure. So I have this
Yeah.
kind of the dubbed because okay, I'm very interested on cloud native stuff, so something like that. Understand me?
Sure,
So
sure, sure. Yeah,
I don't know if
totally.
you have
Yeah.
some, especially because you are mentioning about groups, studies groups. So maybe it could be a good opportunity to create a kind of and in your Discord channel, maybe.
Oh, yeah, yeah, totally. And in fact, now that you're asking about it, it's interesting too, right? First of all, I'm actually working on kind of a specific aspect, I'd say, with Cassandra is to do streaming. And streaming, as everybody knows, it's becoming more and more I suppose like getting visibility these days because enterprise, right? Companies are realizing we need to have more real time processing available. But everything, I mean, as we're doing, there's still a lot more batch kind of processing and less of a real time thing. So anyway, streaming is a good way to help with real time. So I got kind of kind of like placed right into the streaming side. So it's interesting too. I felt more like I'm already running, and I'm myself too. I'm learning the Cassandra part, right? But it is not bad. In fact, I started looking into it, right? Among my other things, I'm only like day eight in eighth day, but I was doing a lot of onboarding, doing other things, and I also did some presentation. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that yes, there are very good materials. In fact, I because I'm on the streaming team and we're kind of a new team, it's kind of interesting to talking about DevRel, right? Um, there's DataStax already has a very mature, I call it very mature developer advocacy team. Great people in there, and this person, Cedric Louvain, he's actually based in France, and I've met him now, and he's amazing. He's been with DataStax for quite some time, and he's now the director of the dev advocacy. So they really built out a lot of really good materials for learning Cassandra. And in fact, there's also a Discord group that actually has the is DataStax developers too. Anybody can join, and they have tons of materials there to workshops and free ones too, right? Where you can learn. And I was just actually talking with him, and he sent me some links that he kind of play around with different samples, like doing a small gaming demo thing. And I was gonna say, okay, maybe one of these days, let me work through that workshop together in here. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that yes, there are on DataStax too, because we're kind of the company behind like Apache Cassandra, right? We're commercial side, so we are doing a lot of work in terms of efficacy and free sharing of tutorials and things like that. So thank you for asking. But let me then share my screen because then maybe then it will get it easier uh, to kind of talk about
If
it.
you want to get me out, don't worry,
Oh
I
no no no
can,
no no
because
no no
it's
no.
better to your maximize your window or something like that.
Oh yeah, no problem here. So okay, all right. So why am I here? Okay, I was gonna get to the cloud, but let's not get to the cloud thing first. And let me get to some of the materials that I actually was kind of learning. But I see the thing is I got way too many things. Okay, I feel like okay, like I said, I feel like I'm already like running when I come into this company as because I need to learn Cassandra really quickly, and I should have actually that's what it is. I should have done a better job of getting set up in here. But let me share with you. There's this. Let me go back to the company website because that might be good way to do it. It's just that I have come across those things. I just haven't had chance to like organize it a little better. But let's say if you go to datastacks.com, right? If you go to developers over here too, getting started, docs, examples and resources, all of these, right? There's certifications, community, workshops, and blog. These are pretty good, yeah, stuff. And let's say by getting started, I think, yes, this is where I started working with too. So if you go to this guy, let me go back to the screen because I navigate away. So if we go into here, and then I will share. So this is the site, right? Datastacks.com/dev, and then you basically can take these and try things out. Like I said, I so far too I did try out the basic, right? Cassandra. It has a Cassandra query language, but here's the thing too. If you use the managed cloud, then a lot of things too are kind of make it a little easier for people to use it. But otherwise too, to interact with Cassandra database is SQL. So as opposed to SQL, as you use SQL, that's the Cassandra query language. But it is actually very similar to SQL too. It's like things like you create a database and then you define all your columns and data types, all of these things, and then you do like select star from a table and then insert into it. It's very similar. So it's not very difficult at all to kind of just to get started, right? Create a Apache Cassandra database. So that might be something you can work on. And then of course too, then we get into the part of the cloud native. And there's also this thing called let's see, K8, they call it Cassandra or something, but it's like Kubernetes. So we also have operators for it to run, and containerize in any cloud too, which is nice. You can kind of deploy to GCP, to Azure or Azure, or like what is it, AWS, of course, yeah. And then actually we're gonna have plans to, I think, on OpenShift. Eventually there's supposed to also work with IBM Cloud, right? I used to work with IBM. I think there's also work with IBM Cloud, but again, every company, when they talk about cloud, it's always that big three right now. So you can rest assured this will also work on AWS, Microsoft, and also the GCP too. So yeah. Is it helpful what you're looking for? Maybe so if you want to try out, for example, you can try this out, right? This is the Cassandra query language. I kind of stepped through it, and basically you can start the scenario. So this thing is kind of nice. It's kind of a katacoda thing. And like I said, we won't try it out here because then you can, if you're interested, anybody watching, right, either live or not live, it's there, and then you can try this out too. So it's pretty cool, and so then you can kind of get a very basic understanding of how you can interact on this kind of data level with Cassandra too. So yeah, but like I said, right, I'm learning this while I'm also kind of figuring out all of the streaming stuff, which is always excites me. I think about streaming. I really like distributed messaging. I actually have to tell you one thing. When I first started with computers, I think that's why I wanted to study computer science. Okay, long time ago. I remember it was so exciting. Now, at the time, there was actually, communication, right? There wasn't even internet yet. It was about to be born, the time when I started, in my career. So I was in university. But we were learning about modem. So we were using, have you seen those acoustic coupler? They are like the old style telephone with the receiver. And then you put the receiver into that's why they call acoustic coupler, because it has the two receiving side, of your, the old telephone. You hold the handset or the headset or whatever handset. Then you listen to one and then you talk to the other. So that whole thing kind of get coupling into that that kind of a interesting shape thing, right? A big thing. But anyway, so that's how I started it. But I remember it was fascinating, right? I mean, it was just like, I don't know, like university, like 19 years old, at the time. It's like, oh, it's so exciting. You can actually have two-person talking, right, on different computers, and you're using acoustic coupler at the class. We were trying that out. It was very interesting. So anyway, times have changed, and everything's been evolving so fast, and now it's like, okay, there's no need to do that. This is all like through waves, right, and Wi-Fi and things like that. And so, but anyway, I was going to say, I'm just always interested too in this kind of real-time communication thing. So based on that, I'm just excited. Now I'm talking about event streaming and event processing, all of these things. Last week I did a kind of a bit formal because I had some slides. Right? I don't know if you got to watch that, Max, when after you left, but you don't have to. I was just saying, but it's just kind of talking about the excitement, right? Sometimes you're dealing with communication. I think maybe that's why I like it, because it's just this fascinating thing. You are allowing different processes, different people to talk to each other. But anyway, so yeah, you
Yeah,
can share with me too. So
yeah, it's so exciting as well, because also I like to eventual consistent. So it's very interesting kind
yeah,
of thing that we can put in our application, and then watch those things happen, and on the time, just in time. So it's so interesting. So
yeah,
we have Otávio Santana is on the chat.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he likes so much so
What's up,
about
you?
Cassandra. Okay, he wrote a book about Cassandra, if I'm not wrong. So
Yes, Otavio, I have
Otávio is,
to invite you
uh,
here. Yeah,
yeah.
I have to say,
I don't know if
Otavio said
he
that.
I don't know if he's able to join us, but
Yeah,
he has a great background about data,
yeah,
computer science stuff, and
yes,
database stuff as well. So I
maybe,
I learned
yeah,
a lot with him, and then the Zoop
that's
teammates.
right.
So and
Yeah,
it's so interesting, because I have been questioning you about this, because when I saw the technology and the tools that data stocks, for example, offer us, I have I
yeah,
have been starting to think, how can I get started with it? I need to learn Cassandra previously, instead of to use this kind of tool, or I can learning both together. So it's something
yeah,
that keep in my mind when getting starting to
yeah,
focus on it. So that's the reason why I'm asking you a little bit. So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
but
yeah, sure.
but
Yeah,
so I don't know if Otavius wants to join us. So I can send him to the link if he
yeah,
wants to.
please do. Yeah, yeah, the link that I sent you, I'm actually looking for Otavio on my OBS chat, right? Because I want to privately send the link to him and not to like expose the whole thing. So yeah, if you can send it to Otavio, I want Otavio to come in and talk about Cassandra and your thoughts on it too. I didn't know you are also big into Cassandra, so that would be wonderful. Yeah, can you find him? Yeah, so.
I already sent to him.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see
Otavio,
if
you,
he will
if
join
you
us.
hear us, yeah, please join. I'm so happy. And of course, I found out, Max, you and Otavio are working for the same company. Am I correct? Or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He
Okay.
is a distinguished software engineer in my
Yes.
company.
How
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So everybody too, if you're listening, Otavio is also a very good, amazing Java champion, and he's been like with the Java program for a long time too. And I think Otavio also was running the Brazil. You have the Java users group, right? So Java, right? Oh, here we go. I think I see him. Hey, Otavio, how are
Hello,
you?
Mary. Hello, Max. How are you?
Hello.
How are you? Let me kind of make it like this. Let me unshare my screen because that's okay. I already finished kind of showing this. How do I unshare? Okay, let me not share my screen. Okay, okay, like this. Yes, yes. So Otavio.
Oh, exactly like this. I'm glad to
Yeah.
be here. Just working here. I'm share some ideas with Max. Yes, I enjoy Cassandra a lot, especially because it's open
Yeah.
source.
Yes.
It was I guess my first open source contribution that I did in my
Oh,
whole life.
oh, really? Oh, you work on
Yes,
that. Yeah,
I
cool.
worked a lot. I wrote the first integration with Java, and I
Oh,
guess it was the first Java NoSQL integration in the whole world. So
oh,
it
wow.
demonstrates how old I become.
You're not old. Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
but the time
nice.
flies, right? So
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Oh, but right now you are not involved with the project because you're with other things now, right?
yes, basically as open source, one thing that you are glad is when you leave the product and
Yeah.
the product does not need you anymore. Like more
Oh,
people are coming.
oh,
It's like what we did with Mon API, Measurement API. So
yeah,
we are able to create your own community to that. So we are able to jump on to a next challenge, to a next API, to a next framework.
yeah.
So it's a nice.
Oh, okay. But still, yeah, you kind of build the foundation too for Cassandra, and now I'm actually starting to work with it, and yeah, that is very cool. Yeah, very very cool. And
It, it's it's it's
yeah.
interesting because also Otávio later the specification of NoSQL and Jakarta E, am I right, Otávio?
Oh,
So probably it covers a lot, a kind of connection with between Cassandra and another NoSQL database. So it's interesting.
yes,
Yes, the
that's
idea
right.
is try to simplify the Java developer's life,
Yeah,
or to at least make it easier, especially
yeah,
when you go to NoSQL database with Java, especially because right now, if you take a look any kind of tools in Java,
yeah,
to each NoSQL, you must to learn a new API.
yeah.
The idea of the specification is try to reduce this complexity to have a common language
That's right. Yes.
that you make your life easier.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's very cool. Yeah, yeah. Maybe Octavio too, you can tell us maybe some of the exciting things. I've seen actually the recent talks you gave, right, about a lot more about how you can do things properly, a bit more in an architectural kind of point of view, right?
Yes,
Those
yes.
are very important too, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I strongly believe on that, especially because we usually talk about methodology, agile methodology,
Yeah,
and we hardly ever talk about architecture software development.
that's right.
And in the past, we had just one person who drove everything. So
Yeah,
the architect, like Matrix, and movie,
yeah.
one person with the whole power.
Yes.
So we're talking about fault tolerance, fault tolerance, fault tolerance in the software.
Yeah,
However, we forget the people were. We have just one person
yeah,
with the whole responsibility,
yeah.
and if this person leave for some reason,
Yes.
it's terrible to the whole team, to the
That's
whole company, to
right.
the whole organization.
Yeah, totally, totally. So true, so true. That is true. So how would you recommend, right, Octavio? Sometimes also hard, right? In any for me, right? I find that you go work for a company, usually like you said, maybe one or two people kind of start building something, and that's it. They don't even write it down, and you build it, and then that becomes the kind of like the frame kind of defines how it should be, and then hopefully they will hang around, or some people learn it. Then they'll know how to go about doing upgrades, doing maintenance, and expand it, and all these, right? But how would you recommend, right, in today's world, right? We can't be so like only a single person, like you said, or a single or one or two people. We need groups of people that to understand, right? And how
Yes.
do you handle that? Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice because Max and I we are colleagues in the same company,
yeah,
and we what we're doing is more about scalability of
yeah,
architectures.
yeah.
So
That's
instead of just have one,
yeah.
we work to put everybody on this role right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The question is how, right? Okay,
How?
Otávio, it sounds so obviously. So put more people, but it might be drive you crazy.
That's right.
Uh, the answer is a good documentation. Basically, we are based. on three main documentations,
Uh-huh.
where one is C4 model,
Yeah.
where you can think about a Google Maps to your architecture, where you
Yeah.
can do a zoom in and zoom out.
Yeah.
So everybody in the first day can have some idea about what we're talking about. The
Yes.
second one is Tech Radar.
Yeah.
It's become so popular, especially because the thought works and to
Yeah.
talk about trends.
Yeah.
But in your company, you are able to use it to drive the technology that is coming, like
Mm-hmm.
a newest thing, a hot technology that everybody is looking for,
Yeah.
or one thing that everybody knows, so
Yeah.
it's really common.
Yeah. That's right.
And unfortunately, like in kind of technology, it
Yeah.
was born, it's become mature, and then die. So you
Yeah.
have one ring to deprecate it, this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have a ring close to the center is important to your organization.
Yeah.
Far from the core is
Yeah.
not so important or maybe deprecated.
Mm.
And when I talk about deprecated, it's not around technology trends, for
Yeah.
example.
That's right.
Maybe you are able to decide that microservice is deprecated to you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Um,
yeah.
why? That's usually a good question, especially to reduce the number of technology to do exactly something. For
Yeah.
example, I'm working with message queue.
Yeah.
Does it make sense if I have RabbitMQ queue, Honey queue, whatever queue?
That's right.
So if you were able to use just one instead
Yeah.
of thousands,
That's
you're able
right.
to decrease,
Yeah.
have more people who know technology. The operation team knows that,
That's right. Yeah.
and decrease the complexity, the curve to learn as well.
That's right. Yeah. Totally. Totally.
And the last one is architecture decision records,
Oh.
ADR, where
AD. Oh.
every decision that you take,
Yeah.
you must to register or create a record about that decision.
Oh. Yeah.
The idea is to make sure that everybody who took that decision knows exactly what's going on,
Yeah.
and maybe bugs happen, mistakes happen.
That's right.
But if you avoid that mistake happen twice,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah. It's totally. Totally. That's
And
right. Yeah.
and the idea of the principal distinguished fellow engineer
Yeah.
is not to be the one,
Yeah.
but to driver,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the scrum master to architecture. So the person who has more experience, who's able to share knowledge to the whole organization, the whole team.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that is very good. Yeah, yeah. So in your organization, right, talking about architecture, so you're obviously on the technical architecture side, right? But I know that some companies too, they actually have more like even like business architecture, which is they maybe not even touching technology. So I'm curious too, do you also take up business architecture side and blend in with technical architecture, or do you mostly just on the technology side and then you work with the business technology, right? Or maybe enterprise. Sometimes they differentiate into enterprise level technology too, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that, right? I have had experience working with some enterprise architect who don't even code, for example, things like that, right? So do you have you know do you have the responsibility to also like help with the business side, for example?
Yes, indeed. The code does not make sense if not help the business side, right?
Yeah, that's
And in a company that we're running, we have the business team
yeah,
and we have the engineer team.
yeah,
So we have two sides,
yeah,
and the whole architecture must to aggregate both the
yeah.
business
That's right.
and the technology, especially because the technology is not the end, but the mean
That's right. Yeah,
to answer that.
yeah.
And even us, because right now we are running several open source tools
Ah,
to make the developer life easier through the
yeah,
cloud.
yeah, yeah,
Even that,
yeah,
we still need to think about the business
yeah,
and several ways to make it the client life easier to
yeah,
us.
yeah. That's right.
So
That's
that's
right.
why we decreased that whole complexity
Yeah,
to a couple of documents, three
yeah,
documents,
yeah,
and one that is the design docs
yeah,
that explain how the things works, especially where
yeah.
this document also had the business perspective.
Mm. Got it, got it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So do you then mostly, right, your project, you are working with a customer, you're building solutions for them, is the kind of projects you do, right? Mostly?
Yes,
Is that right?
mostly yes, but the client is not the usual. You can think
Mm,
about IBM or Red Hat, but it's a Brazilian
yeah,
company.
yeah, that's right.
So our users are developers.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So
got
it's
it.
like Oracle with Java. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
does Java have a user? Yes, it does, but the
Yeah,
user is a developer.
is a developer.
The
Okay.
idea is to decrease the complexity on that side.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
Total.
developers, as the user, is to me at least is more challenge
Yeah,
than the regular user.
yeah,
Indeed, that's why we have a specific marketing to developers, right? We have
yeah.
a specific relationship with to that group, that is
Yeah,
dev hell, that
that's right.
advocates.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, Max, do you then work directly with Otavio, or maybe you have different projects that you collaborate with Otavio, right?
He helped us a lot
Oh,
regarding the technology, or maybe focus on a specific kind of group, especially developers and something like that.
yeah,
We are care about relationship between community
yeah,
and something like that. So we need
yeah,
to focus on how can we create content so to help
sure.
them bring in valuable things in order to make them
Yeah,
be interested on the project. So
yeah,
that's the reason why we are working together sometimes. Of course, he's supporting engineering team with
yeah,
a lot of experience that he got, but
yeah.
also he helped us, especially with and then the articles we are writing on.
Ah,
So I'm writing on an article. So Otavio, can you take a look on this?
ah,
Take a look on it to check it is
right.
if I'm speaking in the right way and something like that. And so important to us because
Sure.
we are in a learning process as well. So
Yeah,
we are learning together. That's the reason why open source and this developer relations area
yeah,
bring us is to breaking the silos. We are breaking the silos. We are
yeah,
learning with each other. So that's the reason why I'm so happy guy to work with him.
yeah. Yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, yeah. That's just very, very cool. I'm just so excited. I mean, like sometimes we like like this is really nice. For me, I was wondering, oh, let's usually I like to start my stream talking about different things. So it's nice to have a nice surprise, and it's just so good to see Otavio here. And you share, oh, Otavio was like trying to share, I think, the open source stream, yeah, with this, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sharing, yeah. And or is that right? Yeah, that's right. So you sent out both this and let's see, Otavio here. Sorry, I think you joined on another camera, right? Yeah, and all of a sudden I said, oh, I see you both.
Otavio is a
Yeah,
Yeah.
magic one. Don't
yeah,
worry.
that's right. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
He
So it's
says abracadabra and
yeah,
he helped me with it.
and then appear. Yes, I start to learn about Twitch, and
yeah,
that's nice because I can work code and have more interaction with the audience this
yeah,
way. So sometimes I prefer to listen to
yeah.
podcasts at Twitch, especially with my Mario, where I learned a lot.
Oh,
Then listen to a music. I mean,
oh yeah,
when I run, it's
yeah,
music, but
yeah,
when I
yeah,
sit here in code,
yeah,
the
yeah.
podcast around technology is much better to listen to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true, true. That's very cool. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, yeah. Wow. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. For me too. Anything you would like to share then with the audience? today it seems a little quiet because I joined a little late. I'm still onboarding with DataStax, so that's why I was kind of busy and I didn't really prepare. And I thought, oh, let me come and maybe I'll just show things as I'm going. Even I'm learning, right? Some of these things. But it's really great to see you too. I feel it's
Okay.
bringing a breath of fresh air
And
and
by the
if
way,
you yeah.
congratulations because the Restack is an amazing company and Cassandra is an amazing product.
Oh, thank
I
you,
mean,
thank you. Yeah, I
I
am
mean
very thankful.
the
Yeah,
way how they support us as
yeah,
community, several products inside.
yeah,
Unfortunately, I need to get away of the community for a while, especially because more products are coming.
yeah. Sure.
But Cassandra to me is like a little daughter who become older,
Oh,
and
there.
right
Yeah,
now she's able to run by
yeah,
her
yeah,
steps.
yeah. Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah.
I know who I will asking about Cassandra in order to learn about things.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, yeah, that's Otavio. Now I can also reach out to Otavio too. Yeah. Wow. So I have myself too. I have yet to know who are the people at DataStax who are still working on Cassandra, but I've been mostly now on the Pulsar side of things. Yeah. Have you worked with Pulsar? I'm curious too, Otavio. Have you
No, I never
into
been.
Oh, okay. That's the streaming things, yeah. And the more I learn about it, it's really exciting. To me, I think people might say, "Oh, it replaces Kafka," but no. I think what it does is extends it. I think the way it's being designed, right, is really meant to extend whatever you have. You can have things in an enterprise running like on prem, and you can actually have Pulsar running as kind of a plug it in into your structure, and then it helps you with all of the cloud infrastructure running things and on streaming side. So it is pretty exciting. I'm myself too. I'm still learning, but it is exciting. So yeah. So I just kind of wondering, but yeah. So yeah. And I don't know if I should kind of still go ahead or showing some of the things like over here, for example, right? I'm just like having this thing
Yes, please
share.
go ahead. I
Yeah,
mean, especially
yeah,
because the idea of the CQL
yeah,
was to make easier to add a single developer because especially the time when we talked about university, right? I mean, we still
yeah,
need, but right now it's lesser.
yeah.
And usually in university, on the high school, we learn SQL as our
Yes.
official language of persistence.
Yeah.
And when in the version 0.08,
Okay.
the community decided to have this kind of language was one way to make easier to a
Uh,
student, a developer who knows SQL to join to
yeah.
use. Because,
That's right.
okay, it has several limitations. Yes, it does. But
Yeah.
if I want to do a query, it's select star from the
Yeah.
table. It
That's
is
right.
exactly the same from SQL. So
Yeah. Yeah.
even
That's
with limitation, it's better
Oh yeah.
than.
True. True. Yeah. What are some of the limitations since you brought it up? Because for me, right, I was just trying out. I went to the this is the Katakoda, right? That behind me. But I'll share that. Let me see. Share that. Let me. So I just brought up the Katakoda. Okay, so I brought up this Katakoda to learn about CQL, and yeah, it's like I said, right? It's very easy because I felt like, oh, it's no different, pretty much no different conceptually, right, with SQL, normal SQL. But like you mentioned about the limitations and what should a new Cassandra user be watching out for, right? That the CQL can't do for you. Otavio, can you shed some light on that? And
Yes, yes. So basically, you're able to do a query, uh, insert, update, everything that you used to do with SQL,
yeah,
but with Cassandra.
yeah.
Uh, it will decrease your mindset to go to Cassandra. We are able to also create a structure inside the
Oh,
Cassandra. For example, okay, Cassandra is not table, but it
yeah,
has alias where you're able to use both. So
yeah.
create table or create column family to
Yeah.
make your life easier.
Yeah.
Cassandra has support to types
Yeah.
like PostgreSQL also does.
Yeah.
So for example, right now, I don't know, I have the currency type. I'm able to create a currency type
Yeah.
that has the monetary amount
Yeah.
and a string to represent the currency.
Oh, okay.
You can create this type and then use in the column family salary.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
we so you can create a structure because
Hmm.
Cassandra is not schemaless. Is you
Yeah.
able to you need to create a schema exactly what you should do with SQL.
Yeah. That's right.
But there is a couple limitation. For example, there is no inner join, left join,
Uh,
especially because Cassandra is NoSQL and this normalization is your best friend in modeling.
oh, okay.
So
Okay.
instead of your okay, let's think about inner join, left join, normalization. No,
Yeah.
with Cassandra, it's query first strategy. So we need to think first
Yeah.
how we return that information and then create a model to
Oh,
that model.
what's the model? Oh, okay. Okay. That is
Especially yes, especially because Cassandra, the read is more expensive than write.
oh, okay. Okay.
Cassandra has support to asynchronous API.
Yeah. Okay.
So it has a couple things that's I mean, if you never heard about Cassandra, go on the website, learn
Yeah.
more for it
Probably. Yeah. Okay.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
around NoSQL database,
Yeah.
it has several success cases
Yeah.
and is one of the most popular ones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True. True. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, and actually, there's actually a question now. We get a bit of understanding Cassandra, but how does it actually work too? Something that just popped up my mind is that Cassandra deals with is NoSQL and it's really big data kind of things. But how does it integrate with other database like for designed for big data like Hadoop, for example? Things like that, right? Does it actually work? I haven't looked up yet, but you seem to be very knowledgeable in this area. Does it
Yes,
seem
Cassandra, you are able to do it. It's
okay?
not so hard, especially because if you think about, for example, uh, MongoDB,
Yeah, MongoDB. Yeah.
you're able to use the Java language, or any kind of language to do that kind of integration.
Yeah.
It is natural, especially because as any column family,
Yeah.
everything is driven by the key.
Yeah.
So you are able to use Cassandra related to the key of Hadoop, for example, and then you're able to use a map reduce way to
Oh,
process the whole information.
okay. Okay.
So you can map,
Yeah.
for example, mapping by the key, and then reduce to information and create this information in small cluster and processing, and then move it forward.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
and Cassandra has a rich way,
Mm-hmm.
so rich way to write information. However, it's
Mm.
a little difficult to do queries, especially the complex one.
Yeah. Okay.
And when talk about integration, the first one that comes in my mind is Elasticsearch or Apache Solar.
Yeah. Yeah. Solar. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes, indeed, in the past they
Yeah.
had this kind of framework, right? So you're
Yeah.
able to look to Solandra.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is Cassandra plus Solar,
Solar. Oh, okay. Yeah.
and Elasandra. That is
Emma.
Elasticsearch
Ah,
plus
Alessandra.
Cassandra.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, I
we are
know.
so creative in the names. I know.
That's right. Yeah. I was
Course,
talking with Matt. Yeah.
developers create amazing
Yeah.
names.
Amazing name. Yeah. But don't mean to digress, but there's also I learned about this K8 Sandra. That's for Kubernetes Cassandra, right? So,
Yes,
yeah, that is also this is Sandra. Yeah,
it's hard to find good names. So
that's
yes, we
right.
need
Yeah.
to play like kids, right? So
Yeah,
let's
that's
okay.
right.
What's happened when we mix banana with apple? apples, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those are all good to know because it also helps me as I'm also coming up to speed with this too. So yeah, it's just so interesting. I find yeah, I have a lot to kind of still like study and kind of get to know it better. So yeah, but I was also going to kind of share too, if it's okay, or Otavio, do you have anything else you would like to
no,
share?
no, no. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
watching you guys.
Oh,
It's so amazing.
oh
Yeah,
no, no.
great
I,
job.
like I said, I'm just like I'm not really like prepared, but I just thought, oh well, I can be learning. Basically, I feel like this is like a way for me to be learning. At the same time with everybody, right? Because we're all trying to find some answers and get to know things. So okay, so I kind of share this again, but now I wanted to go. What I wanted to go to was I was gonna go to take a look into data stacks, the whole group of software that we can look at, right? And of course, another thing. Again, don't mean to be like trying to sell things, right? But I just wanted to share things if they're free, essentially, and free in the sense of I said let's go and sign up for an extra DB, which is again I recommend because you get $25 like credit. And did Otavio leave? Okay, that's okay, no problem. But yeah, that's fine. I think we have had enough of his time. He probably is busy too. So thank you again, Otavio, for having joined us today. And again, Max, to you for still being here. So thank you. But again, just wanted to say, okay, let's sign up for the Astra DB. That's what it's called, our Cassandra on the cloud, right? So managed cloud. So for me, I already have set up my account. So okay, so that's fine. You can see what it is, but oops, wait. Okay, what is it? Sometimes you know what, I got like too many things that I actually should put it into my Okta, but it doesn't work. Okay, I think I know why. Because there are too many. Wait, it doesn't like it. What is? Oh, you know why? I think I got it all wrong. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Now I gotta do my two steps too. But so anybody, you can also kind of follow along too. But I was gonna say, okay, I got my phone. Okay, so I should be all good. Okay. Why is it asking me again? This is weird. I'm choosing my thing. Okay, that's fine. I can just say learning. Oh, actually, let me say learning Pulsar. Um,
Do you have multiple users on your Chrome?
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm kind of thinking too. I think it doesn't go by my logon account. I thought I log on, right, using my company account, then it should recognize me. But because my Chrome profile is my personal one, so I think
Sure.
then it's asking me. And you're right, you asked a good question. So yeah, but anyway, so I would just say, okay, I'm a application backend. I'm more like a backend person. So I'm already currently running a workload. I say no, not really a big workload. I was just trying to, okay, that's fine. I skip. Okay, here we go. So this is what you get, right? Once you sign in, then you will see that see, I already created my database too. And then I also have my own first tenant, right, for the streaming side of things. So again, we can kind of take a look at this, right? And so please go ahead. If you're watching this, you also can sign up for free and start playing around with it. You got $25, nothing to lose, right? So kind of thing. So okay, and like I said, right, because with Cassandra too, we also have the Pulsar. We also offer like serverless too. So there's also but you do need to upgrade it if you want to use the serverless like Pulsar function too. So that type of stuff. So anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that you got $25. You can first like create a database, but in my case, I already created one. So you can then create it, and there's also this concept of key space in Pulsar too. Again, I'm kind of jumping ahead. I'm not doing the Cassandra side. I'm focusing, trying to do the streaming. So essentially, to think of key space is like a context in which you want to house your database. So sort of think of it more like a namespace, kind of equivalent of that concept, right? You kind of contain your thing. So the key space. So you have to assign the database a key space. So and then you can then pick the region that you want to, and then this is a free plan for me. So so I already created one, so I won't step through that, but you're welcome to do that. And basically too, you can also take a look too. I created this one, and I already have consumed some things. I think of course it is running, so it's consuming things, but I think that's okay. And I've created it. My backing provider is the Microsoft Azure. That's what I'm using, all of these things. So it's online and my key space and everything. So this is what it is. And you can check the health. And I think, is it coming? Okay, it just takes as Grafana. And then you can also take a look too. So it's actually interesting. I haven't done much to it yet, but of course there are systems level kind of processing that's happening that we can actually see that there are, different reads and writes. It's probably the time too is looks like it's like every 15 minutes is doing something right now, right? Requests combined. So, but I can also say, actually over here, view like a much bigger too. So you can kind of take a look every 15 minutes or so. There are different requests, and basically at DataStax too, there's DataStax Enterprise Cluster, and that DSE is referring to the old name, but it's essentially Astra right now. So just so you know, so even I'm learning about that, and so so you can kind of take a look and see what things are doing right now too. There are also, if you want to break it down to write and then read and the latency, right? And request errors or the right size distribution and the range. So that's for health. And then if you go to connect, it's actually will teach you how you can use different like interface, right? Working with this Astra DB. And you can basically use the document API to connect. So it teaches you how you could do it. So we can kind of step through that. But I was actually hoping to look at is Stargate too, which is our API SDK for writing client code to interact with the Astra DB2. And so we'll take a look at that. But also too, wanting to step through, you can also use GraphQL to do that too. And then there's also RESTful API too. So it has different examples. So you can kind of take a look into how you can do that. Yeah, right. And then you can also connect using a driver. There's Node, if you want to use Node.js or Python, Java, C++ or C#. So we can take a look at Java since I'm most familiar with it. But there have been actually, when I presented at the Garden State Java Users Group, somebody was asking if it supports any other JVM languages, and someone actually asked specifically Scala. And then last week, AppBoy actually found that there's somebody like an open source contributor that's doing Scala too. But I forgot to ask him like what the link is too. But if you are ever interested in that, I can go find the answers out for you. And I'm sure too there are other languages. People are developing libraries, client libraries for that. I can look that up for you if you don't see your favorite ones up here. But my understanding is that, I was going to say we support Rust and Go, but they are through gRPC in here. And then they're also we integrate with Spark and also HTTP. So, I don't know about this thing. Have you heard of that, Max? HTTP.
It's related to Hopper Spy, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is interesting. Love to discover new things. It's a tool similar to curl. Oh, okay. Is it what you're thinking? It says it's similar to curl. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So it's probably like a utility type of tooling, right? Oh, okay. So you use pip. So it must be Python based then. It's pip.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, even this is new. I'm like looking at everything. I'm like, what is that? It's strange. It's interesting, right? That's what I find is so amazing. I think we live in a time in which, unlike the old times, right? It used to be, I think, way before our time, and just we had like IBM old-fashioned terminal. You can only access your client from that terminal kind of thing. To now, you can from any client and any types of client, and it's just baffles me. And then there are new tools that people are writing and contributing to the open source community. So anyway, I like discovering things like that, and also finding out if there are really good tools that we can learn and kind of use too. I think that's the whole point. You got a good tool, you put it out there, you share, and everybody loves it if it is good. So yeah, but this is something new. But okay, so I have to kind of give that a try in a later or something too. So yeah, or now or something. So anyway, so that's the thing. We can do connect using these. And like I said, let's take a look at the Stargate thing, because that's what I've heard. Right? So let's go back to our datastacks.com, and then there's developers. I thought there might be something. Is it docs? I think that might be where it is. Docs. Yeah, see, there are like so many things, right? Stargate. Wait, Stargate, open source, all of these data loaders. Where did it come from? People, okay, let me search. Of course, let me do search. Okay. Oh, so maybe it's just a different, like what you call product naming is Stargate. But basically, when you look at, we can connect using GraphQL or connect using gRPC, all of these, they are already called Stargate, I think. Well, let me click on it. Okay, here we go. Astra DB Stargate. So this is so funny. Sometimes I hear about all these names. You're like, what are they? It's kind of like for me, right? I'm like trying to learn. So yeah, like I said, I heard about it. It's a Stargate. It's that perhaps it's just yeah.
Sometimes I'm getting stuck on the documentation trying to find out the terms. So,
yes, yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
it looks like a kind of common API to use. Um, for example, maybe you can use Stargate, but connecting through GraphQL API or connecting by RESTful API and something like that. So maybe
Yeah.
it's something that you can
Hmm.
use an one only kind of API or DSL, for example, and to use it instead
Yeah.
of to care about which kind of protocol are you using in
Ah,
your implementation. Maybe that's
maybe,
the
right?
it's
Yeah.
it sounds to me like that.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say, but to me also too, it perhaps it's more as a marketing term, right? Because sometimes marketing like to give a name to a group of functionality that your product has, and they call, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
let's
yeah,
name
yeah.
it Stargate. Just like, right, talking about widget IBM too. I remember, what was it? They were talking about something, and then I was like confused. I thought it was a new product. Oh, that's right, of course. I was there, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna have Semaru, IBM Semaru, which is a new distribution of JDK, right? So I don't mind talking about. I mean, I used to work at IBM. I can talk to. So basically. To kind of counteract the way Oracle was trying to kind of make it non-free for their production runtime, right? So IBM is offering, okay, we have IBM Semaru is essentially making use of the OpenJ9, which is Eclipse project that's donated by IBM to Eclipse, which is their JVM, right? So OpenJ9 is actually really fast and very got a small memory footprint too, and I can kind of share with you again if anybody's interested. But that's also a JVM that you can use. And in fact, there have been people that are doing Minecraft. They are actually trying to run Minecraft using the OpenJ9 JVM because it's found to be faster than Hotspot and things like that. So it's just a JVM. You can use that. And so IBM was then essentially marketing, rebundling it, and call OpenJ9 the runtime which is OpenJ9 JVM, and they call it a Semru. And I thought, oh, when is the release of these things? And they said, no, it's OpenJ9. I said, okay. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought it was like a new thing, but it's not. It's just a different label, different like packaging. So yeah, and they're just leveraging existing technology. But I guess it's okay in that case. So I think likewise in this case, this Stargate must be just a renaming of these functionality. It's just Stargate, group them all. They're just client API, and you can use different flavors, like you said, right? Max, you were saying that, yeah, use just different flavor. You can use GraphQL, or you can use document, you can use REST, and these are all grouped under the naming of Stargate. So yeah, so that's what it is. So I don't know if you're interested, or Max, you want me to kind of step through, and I'm also trying to navigate through this too. Maybe we can test
No,
something out,
feel
right? Yeah,
free, feel free, feel
yeah,
free to
yeah. To get
go
to get
ahead. Don't
something
worry.
going, right? Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I will need
Oh, you need to
to
go.
go out, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah.
I'm enjoying a lot.
Oh no, no, yeah, you have dinner time, isn't it? I think you are 2 hours ahead of me, right?
Yeah,
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 you have
yeah.
dinner time now. So,
Otavio's is late on an Otavio area.
oh, you mean Otavio is
Yeah.
in a? Oh, you already.
He's in Portugal, so maybe he's
Oh,
later
wow.
than us.
Okay. They're very, very cool in Portugal. Wow, how nice. Yeah. And yeah, J Nation. I kind of thought of the conference, right? So yeah, yeah, wow.
Internet connected us without time zone, so
Yeah,
sometimes we need to
that's
face this kind
right.
of
Yeah,
difference.
that's right. Oh, okay. Wow. But thank you so much for being here too, Octavio. And I didn't know it was that late. But talking about which, I think for you, from Brazil to Portugal, you're no big deal because then you speak the same Portuguese, right? Over there, you speak Portuguese in Brazil.
Yes,
Is it
yes, and no,
different?
that there are accents that are different between
Oh,
our countries. So,
oh,
and a few years ago, before the pandemic, we are trying to create a kind of unique grammatical Portuguese language. So, but
oh,
I don't know if it is working right now. But I
yeah.
know that it's hard to understand sometimes because the accents are different. So
Oh,
both
okay.
our accents are different. So sometimes we face a little problems when
Oh,
we
okay.
are discussing something. For example, there are some words that mean something
Yeah,
different than here. For example, on there in a line.
yeah.
Means in Brazil it means another kind of thing. So that's why.
Okay. Yeah,
And we need to understand those kind of difference when I are talking in a
yeah,
Portuguese with a Portugal guy or a Portugal
yeah,
person. So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
since
yeah.
it's interesting. But go ahead with
Yeah.
your presentation.
Okay.
I'm so enjoying. Maybe I will need to go out
Please.
because okay, I need to
Yeah.
support my
Yeah.
family,
Yes.
my
Yes.
kids, my wife. So,
Please
but
do.
please
Okay.
continue your presentation because
Okay.
I'm interested on discover
Sure.
this kind
Yeah.
of area.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. So please feel free to leave to any time you need to have dinner and with family too. So thank you again. So I just want to thank you before you leave. So then if you leave, then I won't have to say, hey, come back and say thank you. But thank you. So then yeah, please stay as long as you like, or just leave anytime. Yeah. So thanks again. And okay. So for me, I'm just gonna go through some of these Astra DB, and then to get into maybe first getting into some of the API. How do we interact right with Astra DB on the cloud there, and then use different maybe programmatic way. And then now we show you the console. You can also look at it and create your database, for example. So yeah, I'm just going to go do that. It's a bit of an experimental thing. I have not prepared anything, but I think we can do it, right? Just to explore, it's how fun, it's to me, I'm feeling like, okay, we discovered this playground, what is hidden in here? Let's go search for it together, right? There are like gold mines, you can find some candy, find a gold coin or something like that. So that's the idea. So, okay. So hopefully everybody will benefit and then get you curious to kind of look further too. And then that's a nice thing because it's open source, so you can use it anytime. Like I said, $25 with the free tier and just play around with things. So okay, so without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and Max, stay here or do whatever you like. So okay,
So
okay,
I just have a little question,
sure,
Mary. I'm just curious, but when you are streaming to Twitch, you
Yeah.
are streaming to another kind of streaming, for example, YouTube and something like that as well, or you just focus on a Twitch?
Okay. So interesting because I also have my own YouTube channel. I don't advertise there as much because I feel I wanted to set things up better. But for now, I thought let me also have the YouTube to archive all of my recordings. So at least I do that because
Oh,
it's nice. Right?
got it.
If I multi going, okay, I also stream it to YouTube. Then it's safe there. They don't remove it. So that's the reason. And I like to actually set it up a little more properly. Then I will start to also advertise and have people go there too. Because over there, I also post some of my other presentations there too. But I feel like if I tell people to go there, it's gonna be just a big jungle if I don't have time to organize it, right? All the my stream and then my presentation and all these things. So I wanted to get that organized. Then I tell people that's my feeling rather than okay, go over there, search whatever you want. But people can do that too, of course. So it's just that I haven't formally announced. So yeah, on my YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I know that Twitch just holding a couple days the videos and something like
Yeah,
that. So
that's
and unfortunately, a great presentation like that could be saved on a YouTube, for example, maybe. And I
yeah.
know that, for example, in my side, I face problems to upload those things onto internet because my upstream is less than my downstream
Oh yeah,
understand. So sometimes I face this kind of problem. So when I
yeah,
streaming so on a special place,
yeah,
I prefer to use for example, Melon or
yeah,
Hestream or
yeah.
StreamYard to
That's
stream
right.
in a multiple sources and
Yeah,
targets in order to save those things
yeah.
automatically, and
That's
I don't care about that. But the problems, but you're right. It's
yeah.
hard to handle multiple sources and then the chats
The
and
chats.
the
Yeah,
okay, audience is so crazy sometimes. So
yeah.
it's
That's
hard,
right.
and you are so kind. You push yourself to answer everyone, so
Oh,
it's hard to
well,
handle those things. But thanks
thank you.
again, and I
Oh,
must
you're
go. And
welcome.
sorry
Sure, please.
to interrupt you again,
No, no,
but
don't, no,
I'm
don't.
I'm enjoying a lot. Okay, I
Thank you,
enjoy a lot.
Max. I always enjoy having you and others who can join. Like today was so nice to have Otavio. It's just such an
Oh,
honor. But yeah, so I hope you bring more of your friends or colleagues over too. And that
oh,
was nice of Otavio. That is so
oh
nice.
God.
Yeah, yeah. So what an
Okay,
honor. Thank
thanks,
you.
thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
don't
Yeah,
want to borrow your stream.
no, don't worry. Don't
It's
worry.
your
I'm
stream. It's your show. It's not my show.
Oh no, no, don't worry. When I'm not prepared, I just chat. So, but this is good. I mean, you helped me, right? Otavio came and gave some kind of background of Cassandra. That was really helpful too, as I'm learning too myself. So, I mean, I've done extensively SQL right before, but this is good to get to know Cassandra more now. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting to see that you can use a previous knowledge about SQL
yeah,
in the carry
yeah,
commands in order to
yeah.
consume Cassandra stuff. So I'm
Okay.
so enjoying, and
Oh,
I
thank
will
you.
focus on your Twitch TV in order
Oh,
to
don't
get
worry.
learn a lot. Okay,
Yeah, no
thanks
problem.
again, and
Thank
have a
you.
good
Come again.
presentation. Okay,
Yeah,
I need to
thank you.
go.
Okay, see you
Bye.
next. Come again.
See
Okay,
you.
bye bye. Bye bye. Have a good night. Bye bye. Yeah. So yeah. So everybody. Okay. So I will actually switch back because of that. Let me switch back to I in general too, right? I like to do the picture in picture. So let me stop sharing. I'm here, but let me also shrink myself up. Okay, so I'm here. I just like to do it like this, but actually, you know what? Let me do this one thing. I think I'm covering things, blocking things. So let me get myself over there. So then I'm like on the other side. Anyway, not sure who else are here, but like I said, as I'm investigating things, I want to share with you too. So and ask questions if you are there. I'm not sure who else are here, but just wanted to kind of share with you. And well, wait, I guess actually my phone too, kind of strange. Okay, okay. So Astra DB again. My Astra it's a new like name that's given data stacks to give to our Cassandra offering. So Astra DB, and it's again, I show you how you can set one up easily on the cloud. And over here, then how do we interact with it, right? This is the part we're getting into. So let's kind of explore a sample app directory. How about that? Oh, okay. So it looks like too, if we kind of log on, there's a sample app directory. The sample apps include like a Netflix clone using GraphQL and Astra DB, and then a Next.js full stack tutorial and a social app, media app using React, Jamstack, and Astra DB, and much more. So again, I know I work mostly with Java, but the thing is, if you are non-Java user, you are more familiar with JavaScript. As such, right? You know JS, for example, you can actually use Astra DB as well. So let me then kind of go back into my Astra DB over here, right? Okay, so this is just that, and where did it go? Okay, not this. Here we go. So let me kind of get back in here. So we'll take a look into the sample gallery. So once you get this set up, right, you kind of look over in your left side, your menu. At the very bottom is the sample app gallery. So look at this. This is like a whole bunch of different things we can try it out. So which one should we do, right? Today, let's kind of take a look. What might be kind of interesting, right? Should we do Netflix clone using GraphQL and Astra DB? Why don't I kind of, let's search for something a bit more simple, so then it makes it easier to kind of talk about for the first one, right? So let's take a look, right? Better read Spring App. We can do Java, and this would be with Java. That may be a good one. Okay, so I will remember this, but I was thinking more too about if you're doing JavaScript, that also could be a fast one to take a look too. So the other thing is React Native or Netlify. There's a workshop that's a bit too long. Then there's Next.js app. It's a full stack, so it's making use of React. This one is social app using React, Jamstack, and Astra DB. And then to-do app too. I think the to-do app seems like something maybe useful as well. We can also take a look. And then there's this guy, look at that. There's a battle stacks. This one is basically a Jamstack and Astra DB workshop. So we will skip the workshop for now just because it's probably too long and it's getting late. I didn't start my stream till late today. There's also fast site. This might be something good to kind of just really quick to take a look. How about we try that, because there's no code, right? And again, I'm not advocating no code everywhere. Sometimes maybe we go with no code. It's also good just to see some quick result, right? That's about the only thing. But the thing is too, I'm kind of expecting, well, if it's fast site, let's see, maybe we can just, without code, we can step through this and see how we can quickly generate a site, right? Like a no code tool. But anyway, so there are other ones too. AI as API, right? There's billing app, build Astra DB RPG. So all of these things, and okay, and then Astra Loom. I've heard of this Astra Loom, which isn't the same as well, wait a second. That is interesting. Loom, this might be something fun to do, is the Astra Loom, DB Loom. And I don't mean to say to do it now, but I'm just curious. Okay, I'll keep track of this one too, Astra DB Loom, because it appears to be a thread-based chat server. For me, I'm always interested in chat type of software, so that might be good. And it uses Elixir, and Elixir is essentially based on Erlang. As some of you may know, Erlang is actually very powerful in terms of doing real-time communication. That's when, like, early days of real-time telecommunications, they were actually using Erlang. And Erlang makes use of the actor model, which is like the two, sender and receiver messaging, and encourages like reactive approach, kind of really fast. So, and of course, too, Elixir is actually used to build Facebook, not Facebook, I'm sorry, WhatsApp, so that's owned by Microsoft, right? Anyway, but okay, so Elixir, I think that might be something I'm interested in. But this one too, reactive pet clinic using Spring Web Flux and Astra DB, I think that might be also good too. It's a reactive version of Spring Pet Clinic using Spring Web Flux, and it says only 15 minutes. Maybe we can step through that quickly too. And then, of course, if we're into Java and Spring, there's another one, but this one looks like more a workshop for 15 minutes, and then also with Python and Astra DB2. That might be also good too. I want to kind of refresh a little bit. I've done Python, but was using their Flask to do the API stuff. So that was, however, that was maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So it might be good too. Anyway, so that's the whole point. But let's do this one thing. Let's go up to the top. I was gonna say let's do this one. Use the Spring app. How about that? Oh, so actually, this is kind of like a companion code for the Java Brains Code with Me series that reads data from DataStax Astra DB. So let's see. So create, well, first, why don't we just follow that, right? So create an Astra DB key called seg beta reads in your database. So let's do that. Okay. So essentially, if you click on that, it brings you to this particular exercise on the repo. So we can kind of add key space, and then we've done it. I've already done that. So let's kind of get to here is basically the get to the token. After your database is provisioned, we need to generate an application token for our app. So you know what I'll do? Let me go back to my what you call it, my console, right? Where's my console? Wait. Okay, so I'm already in here, but I wanted to go back to the here. Actually, let me do the try now. See what happens. View in IDE. I'll select my database and then my key space and launch the example. Ah, that's cool. So now this Git pod. Always ready to code. Continue with GitHub. Okay, I'll log on using my own GitHub. You can do the same. And what is my, actually, I think that's what it, oh, okay. I might have forgotten my password. Great, okay, so it doesn't like it. Let me try one more time. Okay, so folks, just wait for me for 1 minute because I need to check my where I save my all my my password. And I have to say too, I'm a bit old-fashioned in that sense. I don't save my password in a device that's connected to the network because then I just for obvious reasons. So, and I have to see where I save my password because it's a bit of a manual thing. But I probably should do it still with a with an app too. But I'm not doing it that way. So, okay. Ooh, I think okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. Oh, I kind of got confused because I have another account. Wait, and it doesn't like, oh, I think I left. Okay. There we go. Now I got it. Oh, now I got to go to my Authy. Okay. Well, sometimes though, for the sake of security, I think I don't mind doing this because it makes sense too. My Authy, just searching for my Authy, and then searching for my, and I have so many logins now, different things. So, okay. All right. So I'm just going to do this one thing. Oh. Okay, folks, and I'm not getting this. Okay. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to take it off screen for just a minute when I enter in my authentication code. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so git pod code. Okay, I've never used it, so this is something to experiment with, right? Okay, make it a little bigger. Oh, this is a Red Hat thing. Okay, extension pack. I don't want to deal with all these things for now. Oh, this is pretty cool. Tell me too if anybody is familiar with Gitpod. So it'll take a little bit of time in the meantime. In the meantime, while this is going, let's kind of take a look too. It's basically we create a database I did already, and you know what? It's actually I'm supposed to do this. Well, let's see if it works, right? Because if it doesn't work, then that means there are some things already hard coded, and I just created mine beforehand. So let's see. Oh, cool, all done. Okay, cool. So it looks like, okay, what did it just do? Let's kind of take a look. Oh, just GP open README, and when I open the README, it actually does the build for me. That is interesting. Okay. Okay, actually, you know what? I have to generate. Actually, let me create a. Let me do that. Let me create the this particular key space. So, okay, key space. Okay, well, actually, you know what? Not a big deal. I think let me go back to my cloud. Here we go. Key space. So let me add a key space that is going to be the recommended one. Save. Huh. Is it here yet? Oops. Wait. Why am I not seeing? Okay, let me maybe like refresh and let me go here. Come back again. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's what I just created. Okay, cool. I have that. Let me go back to here. So I created that and generate an application token for the organization, database administrator for the organization that my DB is in. So let me kind of go here. Application token. Here we go. After his database is provisioned, we need to generate an application token. Go to the organization settings link in the organization menu on the top left. So organizations, and then basically generate a new token using the database administrator role. Right. Okay, let me get back to here. Wait, where is it? Here. Is it manage or organization settings? Here, security settings, no, token, there we go. And we want the database administrator, and then we generate. Okay, let me kind of make sure to, so just generate with the role of database administrator. Okay, so that's all is needed. So I think I'm in the, okay now. Wait, where am I? No. Yes, no. Here, there we go. So now I'll generate. So it has been generated. So this is all my stuff in here, my client ID. Okay, cool. So I am good. So let me go back. Let me go back to my. Actually, let me do this one thing. Why am I not able to get back to my dashboard? There we go. Okay, here we go. So we're here. So let me go back to the instruction. So I'm good. And I now am in Gitpod, which I did, and copy the env.example file to a file named .env and fill the required values in from your application token and Astra DB connection settings. Okay, so let me then copy env.example first to .env. So let me go back to my open Gitpod. Where is it? Okay. Wait. Where did my Gitpod go? I got too many things, right? As usual. Oh, there we go. This guy. Okay, so this is what it is. We want to copy this, right? And where do I copy it to? Wait, this one is done, so I'll close it. That one is done too. I'll close it. And okay, that's fine. And this is like here. Okay, here. Make it like less confusing. But now I lose my README file. No, where did my README file go? Okay, README. Maybe I really. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, here it's just right there. I'm sorry. Okay, so copy this to a file named .env. I suppose it's on the same level. So okay. So I guess I should be able to then say paste. Wait. I say copy and paste. I think maybe I cannot be highlighting it in order to paste. The paste doesn't show. Well, let's do this one thing. Copy path. Duplicate. Is there something called duplicate? It just say to do it, but it doesn't tell you how. So let's see. Source code. Let me take a look at source code. Okay, no. Refer to README. Okay. I can't rename it, I don't think. Oh, here we go. Maybe this guy. Oh, you know what? Is that how I do it? Maybe this is how I do it. Let's call it maybe. Okay, and then copy this guy. So maybe I'll just copy this. I don't know because I cannot find the paste. So just kind of do it the old-fashioned way. Create the file, copy in the content. Okay, and then see what happens. The next. Okay, and fill the required values in from your application token and Astra DB connection settings. So, okay, well, all right. So I already know this, so let's not worry about. So it's basically this, right? Okay, all right. So all these kind of secret things. So let me do them in the background. Actually, you know what? We can fill this in first. Astra DB ID. What should the ID be? Let me fill that in and then I'll do the GitHub. Maybe now I actually do need the instruction. So let me open it up again just to see. Seems like any kind of the work that we do, right? It's always they say, okay, sample, and then you have all these kind of specific you need to fill out. So it's not a very kind of a convenient way to do this kind of thing. So let me take a look. Create the token management. Here we go. I think dashboard. Here we go. Here we go. I think this is what it is. So Astra DB ID, and then region, and then key space. Okay, then that's the key space we just created, and then the token. Okay, so Astra DB ID. All right, so like I said, let me fill those in like behind the scenes, because those involve a bit of a kind of sensitive materials, right? And then I think pretty much then that's it. So okay, so give me a second. I'm going to bring this offline for a sec, so then I can fill those in secretly. I'll turn up the music. You can listen to it if you're still here. Oh, let me make sure nobody is asking me questions or commenting, because I'm not paying attention to the chat. Okay, so no one has said anything. Okay, no problem. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, just chime in on the chat there. So I'm just gonna like fill out all these credentials in my .env files. Secret. Maybe the only thing I would need is actually just the Astra side in this case. So, okay, so my Astra DBID, which one would that be? This is Astra DBID. Okay. Oh, maybe my DBID is there. Not sure if that one. Application token. All right, so even with that, I'm going to have to bring this into here then, because it's got some secret stuff. You know what? Sometimes this kind of things would be nice if they actually have an example, right? And it just doesn't. So even I'm like trying to search. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. I think I know why. If you actually go to your connect, and it's actually the document API actually has your specific like connection, all the strings like the region, DB ID, DB region, DB key space, and the application token already. Well, token though, you have to fetch it from your security settings. So, but other than that, I found it there. But like I said, this is a secret, so I cannot show it to you while I'm editing that. So, sorry about that. But US2, KS1. Oh, okay. I just need to. Actually, and now I can't find where I generated my thing, but now I can't find it. Oh, okay, here we go. Well, actually, the thing is with your application token, you go back to your organization setting in the upper top left there, and then you can get to your token there. So application token. Sorry, folks, it's kind of taking a bit of time. Okay, all right, so I will bring all of these things back into this main thing. Okay, it's been at the very bottom there. So, okay, so I filled that in already, so it's in .env, but I won't show it there. But like I said, right, you can find that information if you go to, if you go back here, oops, it's fine. It's actually okay too. These are like, kind of for tests, I may just toss them away too. So these are just temporary things. So, but if you go over in your database and then go over to your connect, and over here in the document API will show you what you can use, essentially already printed out. So, okay, I won't show that to you, but this is what it is. So, and now let's go back to the README and see what to do next. Now I got this, I can't believe it took some time to get this env file. Then I need to just source it in the Gitpod console. So I'm at the Gitpod console now. So, okay, actually, you know what? Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to do. And then let's create another, okay. And I just need to do source. So let me kind of make sure, right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm in here. So let's do a source. So I should have my, yep, this is the file I created, so I won't show you on screen. Okay, so all source is all there now in my environment. Get my, oops, I think I'm a little too loud now. So. Sorry, I totally forgot about I turned up the music, so. So in this case, then get my secure connect bundle from the connect page of your database and upload it to your Gitpod instance. Rename it to secureconnect.zip. Okay, let's see. Bundle. Okay, let's see what it's talking about here. Wouldn't it be nice actually if the instruction here actually does the work for you, right? But of course, then there would be more work for the person who put together this thing, right? It's just a bit more of this, kind of work in here. So, okay, so get an Astra DB Secure Connect bundle. That's the thing. Where after you have your application token, head to the database connect screen and select the driver connection that we need. Go ahead and download the secure bundle for the driver. So we go back to connect and then say download bundle. Oh, there we go. And then, wait. And then over here, you can make a note to where to use the client ID and client secret. Okay, so that's all. But so I just need to go over here and download the bundle. Okay. It's a lot of these work, right? Okay, so let me then go back to my console. Wait, console. Here we go. Okay, and go back to connect. And where is it? Where is it? No. Wait, no. Why am I not able to find that? Okay, let me read that again. I need to kind of put it side by side. Connect page of my database. Connect page. Okay, there we go. But where is the download bundle? It's supposed to be here. There's always some kind of confusion in here. I do not see it. It doesn't have it. Well, okay, let me go back to, connect. Maybe I need to connect first. I'm just trying to see if the connect might do something to it. No, load data. I don't know what that is doing, but it is definitely not doing what it's supposed to. Secure connect bundle. Let me go back. Go here. Okay, dashboard. Okay, that's what I have. I call it this. Download your secure connect bundle. Oh, I have to go to Java. Oh my gosh, I didn't even look at that. Oh, okay, going to Java. Oh, maybe I need to go to not the gRPC, going to the driver. There we go. How can I have forgot? So go to the connect using a driver, Java. Then you can find this bundle, and this is what I wanted to do. So I downloaded. Now I got it, and now what? Okay, I got that bundle. Rename it to secureconnect.zip, and then move it to source main resources in the Gitpod file explorer. Okay. Let's read it. Let's open it. Show in Finder. Okay, well, my Finder is over here. Okay, well, I can't share because this thing is getting... Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So I just need to rename this guy to secureconnect.zip. Got it? Okay, back here. Now, move it to source main resources. So it's over here. Source main resources. That's where we need to drop it to. So the thing to do, I believe, just doing a plus sign over here, right? Folks, can you see me? Okay, so plus. Wait, this is just adding. It doesn't actually read it from my resources. Wait, why is it so weird, this thing? I'm so sorry, but better reads source main resources. I'm in resources, okay? Source main resources. I just need to move it. Wait, did I remove something by accident? I hope I didn't. Collapse. Oh, it's just a collapse. Okay, thank God. I thought I removed something. So, Explorer. How do I do upload? This is just add. It's adding it. New folder. There's no upload. Oh, file. Here we go. Oh, this is how it does it. Upload. My gosh. Upload. Edit. No. Insert. There's nothing called insert. Let's see. Wait. Run terminal. Well, you know what we'll do? Why don't we just do it command line? You know, if any time, like I said in the past too, in some of my episodes, if it doesn't work, always go back to the command line. Okay, there we go. We just need to go do this. I was just going to do it through the console, and obviously it doesn't work. So I just need to move that secure.-connect over here. So how do I do it? I'm now on the cloud of Gitpod. So how do I actually upload? Okay. That's another question. Are there anything over here I can actually say upload? I can't use FTP. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, folks, I used to do FTP, right? Folks, have you used file transfer protocol, right? It's actually very useful. Don't get me wrong. Let me see. What is this? Remote Explorer. Okay, all right. Not this remote. Okay. Extension, run and debug, source control, search, Explorer. So the Explorer is only local to this guy. File. Upload. Oh my gosh, terminal. Okay. Run. No, go to file. No, view. How can I do getting things from the host machine? Am I missing something here? Find. No, file. Am I not reading something correct? Okay, outline. There's nothing in here, right? Nothing. Okay. Well, I'm learning something. I never used this before. Oh, maybe it's over here. Show source, split editor, more actions. How do I, how do we do file transfer? Okay. I could try to do telnet. No, I'm just kidding. Telnet, oh my gosh, that's another protocol, right? The older protocol. So I basically have downloaded. All right, let's do this one thing. What is integrated terminal? Oh no, that's not what I want. Node.js, this is just integrated terminal. Let's get back to here. What I want to do is try to upload this guy over here. It doesn't tell me, it just says upload. Oh, you know what? Of course there's the README. Well, README doesn't give me more information, does it? Oh, here we go. Okay, let's read this. Okay, maybe here. That's the thing. When it doesn't work, I do need to go back to the documentation. And I tend to like to skip, sometimes when you're doing things, you just try to outwit it, and that's what it is. So, okay, but here it says connect, download, okay. Using the Java driver to connect to your database. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do, but it says to upload. Why am I not seeing any instruction to see how to upload? What does the connect do? Let me go back to the console. Okay, here we go. Console, not this guy, over here. See what I mean? Right now, if you're following me, right, I'm trying to figure out how I can connect this on my Gitpod, this cloud file system with my local system. And there doesn't seem to be an easy way, unless I'm missing something here. Well, okay. I don't know. What is it? Netstat. Okay, I don't think, yeah, it doesn't give me that. And IP table? No, I don't think it gives me any of the networking thing. Perhaps it's kind of closed. Am I missing something there? How do I get? It says to upload. I mean, it is already here? Is it? Maybe it's already here? Okay, I need to bring it in here. Is it? I don't know if it's already. Yeah, it doesn't save a copy in there. So let me see what's in target. Is it big enough? Let me kind of make it a little bigger, right? Okay, a little bigger so you can see it better. So okay, so this is where we are. Like I said, let me kind of like do this. so you can see a little better. Okay, so this is always a challenge when you think you're doing something simple. It sounds like it is simple, but it is not simple. Okay, so, and like I said, right, I'm trying to see if there's no zip file in here. Let me kind of go back to workspace. Okay, so nothing. So it's really a bare bone thing. So yeah, there's nothing in there. So property. Let me pop it back. Okay, we're back here. Okay, let's just read it. I sometimes just cannot stand. Well, although yeah, well, I can't really read it like this. Okay, it's all in HTML. Okay, oh, it's actually, it says 180 minutes. So maybe we're okay. You know, I really thought that it would be shorter because all it says is just trying to do this. Upload it. See over here, right? How do I upload it? Oh, upload data. It has an upload data. I did not even pay attention. Okay, let me go back. Actually, it's over here. This is where I'm looking at. Download. Oh, load data. Oh my gosh, I am. What a silly me. I was just all this time. Load a data set. So basically upload my own data set. Wait, this is only a data set, nothing to do with like a zip file. So what are we talking about in here? So let me go back. Let me see, what is it? Not just copy. Load data. So it's nothing to do with load the zip file. Okay, let's see okay, help center or help. Let's see if help helps you. How do you upload external file? Upload data to your database? No, I wanted to upload just to the file system. Upload and downloading data using DS bulk? No, I think these are like with Extra DB. Sometimes this documentation is too much about the specifics and doesn't talk about this utility type of scenario, so I don't know what to do. Let me kind of go look for it now. Developing your application. Tooling resource, maybe this is where I should be looking at. Okay, these are tooling for just running tests. Okay, so nothing to do with that. Developing my application. Okay, drivers, upload data to your. The upload is only about the data to the database, not to the file system. Getting started. And a user. It can't be this difficult, can it? Build sample app. All right, no, but these are just that. Administering your database. Okay, let's see. How can I connect? Well, these are they all talk about the main thing, and they forgot about some of these little utility kind of things. And how do I do it, right? Okay, I am still trying to figure out how I can actually upload the zip file. All it says do it, but it doesn't tell you where to upload. To the database connect screen. Okay, so that's what we did already. Make note of where to use the client ID and client secret that is part of the token that we generated earlier. Okay, it's just that. Download. Sorry, folks. It's been a bit. Okay, well. I wonder if it's just something that's just not. It's just obvious to those who already have done it. So for first time people like me, then I'm like, how do I do it? Okay, yeah. All right, well, let me kind of figure out with me. Figure it out in here. Let me see. Is there something like new file, new folder? Add folder to workspace, open folder settings, find in folder. Okay, so let's see. If I find in folder, so nothing, right? Okay, let's do this one thing. Let's see if it works. Nothing like that. Okay, so we know it did not get generated there. It's just downloaded, but doesn't say save it to my local cloud thing, right? So, all right, let's kind of get back in here. Well, the thing is, if I know, well, actually, what? Let me see what is actually in that file. Because if I know what that is, if I can fetch it here, then I can create the zip file by hand in here. So let's do that. Let me go over here. Oh, let me bring my my favorite terminal, my bash. Where are you? I can't find anything. Sometimes, some days. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, my favorite bash. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, here we go. And download. See, it's secure connect. Okay, so that's the file. So zip is it list? Secure. Okay. Then zip. Oh, it's not like running tar xvf. If you do tar or jar, right, it'd be like view the file like this. But I think zip. How do I look at content of a zip file? Am I kind of? Is this like big enough? I am so sorry, folks. I should make it a little bigger. Bigger. Oh, actually, let me do this. This one is here. Okay. Let's make it bigger. So sorry. Okay, so let me kind of take a look. I just need to see zip file and see what time is it. Ooh, it's like already 5:30. You know what? I actually have not eaten lunch, and so quite hungry. Okay, let me kind of figure this part out. Maybe we can kind of figure out this. How do I do a zip file list? Oh, you know what? This is like too much too. It might be like zip. I guess it doesn't help. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, I should have thought of it. Zip dash. Which one would that be? Don't. Store, encrypt, test, adjust, exclude, add. Why is there nothing that says? Oh, what is xi? I is include only the following names. Okay, no, I don't. I just wanted to take a look at what is in this zip file. Normally, it's like doing a -L, right? I don't think it would be like, what is it? View, right? File, and then secure. Okay, I don't think so. I'm not doing the right thing. I am trying to figure this out. Why is it so difficult? Adjust self the test store. Well, this is okay. Well, you know what we can do? Unzip, right? Why am I doing this? I mean, I just am avoiding. Let me do this one thing. Let's say XYZ. Okay. Okay. Zip, unzip. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So these are the files that I'm going to be needing, and that's essentially read from my key file. Okay, so I thought there might be some other things, but yeah, okay. All right, so those are the things. So let me then get back to here and see. So those are essentially that, and I need to bundle this up in with the application resources directory. My question is, how do I upload this file? Upload? Upload? Is there anything called upload? No, there's no such thing. Actually, is there some ways of an external IP? Then yeah, I could possibly use FTP. But that would be kind of a bit of an archaic thing. So these are just like editing. These are not dealing with external files. Run terminal help. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Gitpod. How to upload file. Let's take a look at this. Oh, SSH. Oh my gosh. How can I actually have forgot about SSH? I'm sorry, Max. I didn't even read. I didn't know you were still watching. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I was doing like, oh, you use unzip-l. I was using zip-l and it didn't work. But thank you. I didn't know you were still online. But thank you so much. But okay, question is that maybe Max, here, right? The instruction says, and I've been like looking at this for maybe at least 20 minutes. So it says, right? I got the zip file, but it's on my local machine. And then it says move this file to that, it is essentially onto my Git pod, which is running on remotely, right, on the cloud. So what is to use, right? I guess it's SSH. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe myself. So SSH, right? I can use SSH to do that, right? But then I would need to know what my IP address is too. Is there such thing as this? It's GCP. Wait. Well, I don't know my external IP. I guess I will have to like go back with SSH over there. Is that right? Okay. Oh, what is it? I'm sorry, not SSH. SFTP. There we go. So I could. There is SFTP. Cool. So there is something. However, I am not running an SFTP server, am I? Yeah, okay, on my local. So let me go back here. Okay, that's me. And I don't think, am I running I haven't done this in such a long time and I cannot remember. So I don't think I'm running my my secure server. Let me see what's running. Okay, nothing. I don't have any server listening at the moment, which means I suppose it's only SFTP at this point, right? It's funny, like how when you have not used things like this for a long time, you cannot remember it. I used to use it so much, all this stuff. So yes, Max. So yes, I'm trying to copy and paste into the Explorer folder from my local file system, right? So how do I do it, right? Is it SFTP? But then I need to then figure out what my my local, I need to actually first start up my local SSH running, right? And both sides, right? And this is very confusing because the instruction, all it says is, move it to the resources file. So it's basically, this actually is loaded, meaning that it's not just like copy or do an MV. This means uploading or transferring between two different machines. I want on the cloud and my local thing. So I was like, for a while, I forgot that you could use SFTP. And I mean, that would be one way, but otherwise too, I don't know. Oh, is upload file okay? Do they have upload in here? Okay, here we go. Oh, here. I wanted to get in here, right? But see, where is the upload command is what I'm looking for. I was looking for that, right? I was hoping that there's something like that. Undo, right? These are just edit. It would be file, I would think, right? Open file. It's just open. It doesn't say import, right? Or something like that. So how would I know how to do it, right? Add folder to the workspace. Duplicate, right? Editor playground. Editor playground. I wanted to see. Oh, over here. Okay, so these are nothing like these are more about just editing rather than features, right? That I could kind of figure out. If anything else, I'm expecting a file over here says upload file from your local system, but there isn't anything like this in here. And then there's Remote Explorer, but the Remote Explorer, is it this guy? Okay, so it doesn't say much and I cannot actually do anything. Okay, these are like, oh, well, maybe at least one thing is I could get the IP. So, okay, so maybe that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out, well, what is this server that I can actually secure FTP over to. So maybe I could try to do this one thing. I don't even know if it's running. That's FTP. Okay, all right. So I think I probably also need to enable my key too, right? I would need to then do all of these things to set up, right? Or how would you do? Explorer window, choose the directory. Oh, file, open. Yeah, you mean this one? But this one is only for like the remote, right? So it doesn't get to my local, I don't think. Or show local? Oh, like that. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so is it doing the job? Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. So at least it's able to get there now. So maybe from here, is it where it is that I can then copy path? No. So it is at least it's been uploaded, right, to them, so they now can actually display it. But so can I then? I can't. Okay, can I open it? Yeah, I can open it. Oh, okay. So okay, then of course I can't do it, right? Okay, all right. I'll do this again. So maybe at least bring it into the editor. Open recent, right? Secure. More. I actually see what happened. Files. All right. So I brought it in here. So do I then copy? Review in sidebar. Okay, I tell it to review in the sidebar, but it doesn't show. So I don't know whether this is, well, this got to be read in by the cloud now, right? And so how do I copy path? Maybe copy path. Could I then copy it, drop it into here? Oh, I think you're saying something to me on Discord, right? Oops. I'll go back here. Oh, you're back, Max. I thought you have to have dinner. Thank you. Hey,
Hey.
yeah, you're back. I thought you have dinner.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
I just I have a I took a time to see that to help you. So if
Oh,
you click on a folder in your
okay. Let me
Explorer,
turn it
let's
back.
suppose click on,
Oh,
oh God,
okay. Yeah. Let me kind of maximize. Okay. Let me do that. I need to reorder this whole thing.
oh,
Okay. Is it better?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Try to click with the right button. Yeah, I don't know.
On the
Are
Explorer.
you? Yeah, yeah. And the select your. I don't know why, but why? Let me see.
Yeah, see, the
Uh,
thing is for me, right? See, I was able to at least when I say simple browser browse, and like you said, right, it was able to then open up my local preview, my finder. It was able to do it, so which is good, and it pulls it onto the browser. But now too, I was hoping then from here, can I drop this thing into that? And it doesn't have a direct way. So, um, but it's kind of seem a bit kind of not very clear. Maybe there's some way, but I would imagine it should allow me to say upload it right from my local to this cloud server, cloud directory in here. But it's not like that. So, but I was hoping to do over here, right? There's nothing that says I can actually drop this into the cloud. This left side, this cloud directory, right? This is my Gitpod cloud directory. So, but there's no such thing. So, yeah.
click on which right. Let's see them. Yeah, try click on the review in the sidebar. Let me see.
Oh, review in sidebar. I thought I did, and then I can't find it.
Oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
Git
So I
pod, you are
think
a trickster. Oh God.
yeah. So that's what I don't know, like how the thing.
Did you try to execute a file on a terminal?
Oh, on the terminal. Well, yeah. If I do a file, right, I can say, like you said, I was just doing open file, right? The open file. But the thing is, if you do it like this, it won't. And then, but if I say show local, and that's when it opens up this, and that's when I was able to pull this thing in, right? This is how I did it. So yeah. So that's how it got brought in. But I can try to open it again. Let's see if it does it. I guess it's already there, so it won't like.
Looks like that there is a update button in Explorer.
Oh,
Can you see on
on
in
the
the
left.
same no, yeah, in the left, in the right side of this one is the,
This
yeah, this the second
this one?
no,
Oh, this one?
no,
No, this is
down, yeah,
down.
the third one, the third one icon. Can you
Oh, the
see?
icon. Oh,
No,
source
no, no, no,
control.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
sorry. Go to the
See?
file explorer again, please.
File Explorer. Okay,
No,
file.
no,
This. Oh,
no, no,
the very top Explorer. Okay.
no,
Let me,
no. The
oh,
second one,
okay.
second
The
one.
second search.
The first one, sorry,
Oh,
the first one. Yes, and
oh, the
can you see on the right of the first node on this tree? You can see
this
there are a couple icons. The third one
the
is
third one.
a refresh one. Can you
Refresh.
see? Click on it.
Oh,
Let's see.
yep. That's what I'm clicking now. It doesn't seem to do anything extra.
Oh God.
Maybe they haven't implemented the feature yet. This is actually very new. I've never even knew about the Gitpod, and it's my first time.
I have been using it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know why
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
not working. I don't know why it's not
Yeah,
working.
that's the thing. That's why I'm like trying to look for
Let
a
me.
clue on how to.
I will try to find out
Yeah,
one. Hold on,
sure.
please.
That's why I'm also trying to look for the clue, right? As to like how I can do it. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Oh, so you have used it. I have not. This is my first time using this Gitpod, and it is
I
actually a
use
good,
it.
great concept. But some of these specific thing, like how do I upload a local file, right? Remote read from. This is not very clear. Oh, maybe
Yeah,
there's a manage. Oh,
uh,
manage.
actually, this it's a not a VS Code,
Oh,
online
this is
VS Code.
obvious.
It's a Eclipse TIA, if I'm not wrong. TIA.
Oh, it's a Thea. Oh, okay. It
TIA.
looks
It's not,
different because I used Skills Network before, and they use Eclipse Thea, but it's different. So maybe
just the front
the
end.
UI uses differently now. So okay. So anyway,
That's the reason sometimes some extensions
yeah.
from VS Code doesn't work on it.
Ah, okay. This is just that Gitpod editing on Gitpod and outline. No, see, outline cannot do it. Timeline is also not. Oh, timeline has this, but it's it just I think it's just a reference. There's nothing in here. Okay. Anyway, I should actually maybe.
I don't know why. Let's do a
Okay.
test. Let's do a
Okay.
test right now.
Okay.
Try to select your SR folder, for
Okay.
example.
Where are you? I'm sorry.
Uh,
I lost you for a second now. Okay. I'm sorry. I think because I was trying to reposition and I can't see you. Let me
but
reposition you.
can you hear me?
I can hear you, but yeah.
Oh,
But for
that's
some
okay.
reason, yeah.
Okay, click on the right button on the resources directory,
Okay.
please.
Oh,
Yeah.
this one.
Can you see there is a upload?
Ah, there we go. I
There you
got it.
go.
Oh, that's how this is like so obscure. Okay,
Yeah,
there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm like, okay, it should be there,
yeah.
right? Okay, thank you. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, there we go. So now we got it. Thank you, Max.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry about.
why would why would I thought it's like up there and then you kind of go search, but it's actually context is a context menu item. You have
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
it in there,
Sorry,
right?
I forgot
Oh, okay.
to mention this word in
Okay.
English.
Oh, no. Don't worry about it. But see, over on this level doesn't have it. So I basically it's a context. You have to go into the application, the code level, then you can get to this context.
Yeah.
Menu item. So yeah. Oh my gosh, it took a long time, right? Didn't it? It's something simple. I think that's the thing with UI design, and they don't tell you right on the instruction. Just says upload, but you're like, okay, where's the upload? You don't know that you need to actually go to that particular level in the high file system in order to be able to get to it. So, okay, but thank you. Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
very much.
I just find out
Yeah,
this information on Google.
yeah.
Let me show you. I just type on Google upload
Oh,
file
okay.
git pod and
Oh, okay.
I get those instructions. But
Oh,
I
okay.
just used
Thank
it
you.
before. I don't know why it's
Yeah,
so
this is
it's not
sorry.
a explicit thing.
Yeah, exactly. This is I think it's a bit of an UI kind of situation that they need to fix it. But okay, so somehow I think even on this melon it's not able to get me this layout properly. Ah, it's driving me crazy. Let me
But
see.
are you using OBS
I'm
camera? Am I right?
it is true. I'm using OBS, so you
Uh,
see me there right now. But let me kind of
maybe if you
do this. Yeah, let me
screen.
hide us on stream. Okay, show. Okay. Oh, and then you went away. This is crazy.
Are you sharing your screen also?
Actually, I'm not sharing anymore, but I can share it too once you
No,
join.
that's
Actually,
okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can let you work now. I
Oh, no,
just
no, no, no! Thank you for stopping by, because, like I said, right, I was like doing this and I was surprised. I thought you have dinner. I hope you had something
I
like.
you take I you take I will have.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm
Okay.
waiting. I'm waiting those things to be ready.
Oh, oh, waiting for the food. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm
What are
waiting.
you having for dinner? I mean, that would be kind of an interesting thing too,
Oh,
right? Yeah. Let me kind of
yeah.
let
Well,
me kind of go
actually,
back there.
my wife is preparing um, rice and rice, beans, and
Oh,
vegetables,
oh, good, healthy. Yeah,
and
yeah.
oh, yeah, little steak,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, okay. The meat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just curious because sometimes, right, when we go to sample different cultural food, right, we always got the fancy things. Like, let's say people go to say I'm Chinese, right? So I have Chinese food. You go to restaurant, you get all these elaborate thing, but at day to day, we don't eat those fancy stuff, right? At home, you kind of
Oh,
simple things and kind of a maybe things that you don't get at the restaurant. At the restaurant they serve you kind of usually fancier food, and so I'm curious too, what is normally the food, right, in
oh,
Brazil. Yeah.
well, it's interesting because I never went to another country, so I don't know
Oh,
how those things works on another country. But
yeah.
what I know is that Americans focus on breakfast.
Oh.
Okay, so it looks like the breakfasts are so big, and there are a lot of things. It's a main time for lunch. So, but
That's true.
in Brazil, for example, we always focus on to do a great lunch on noon and the night and the evening. So
Oh.
so we don't try to, oh, I will eat little things only at night,
Oh,
but
yeah,
well, I like to eat, so
yeah.
it's
Me
hard
too.
to
We all
avoid
do.
to eat meat and something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I've always kind of wondering, but yeah, and for me, I think it's exciting. Sometimes you try that cuisine, right? The country, those food. If you try that day to day food, they are usually really good too. And yeah, for me, right, I'm have the very fortunate, right, to go to different countries, and not that I've tried every homemade food, but pretty close. Yeah, so I really enjoy, and I try to when I go to countries. I don't want to go to the fancy restaurant. I mean, you can get it anywhere, almost seems like, and they're so overpriced, right? And I like to try this the day to day thing. That's what is special to me, I think. Yeah. So, but but one thing is about Indian food, and I don't mean to keep you here, but I really love it too. I used to have a colleague who actually she would cook food at home, and she would sometimes she bring extra and share it with me, and they are so good. And I said, well, how can I get it at restaurant? But the restaurant they don't serve it, and it's like it's like because they handmade their bread, and you might have heard, and they have the flour, they knit it, and they kind of kind of a bake it, or I think they bake it, yeah, something, yeah, in that oven, and so that's really tasty. Like something you made by hand is fresh is the best. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah,
these
but
are
anyway, yeah.
great. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't want to hold you up. You're having you. Are you going to have dinner now, or yeah? Like I said,
Oh,
you should top off.
I need to go. I need to go, but
Okay. Well,
I
thanks a
just
lot.
stopped it and I saw and I see that you
Thank
are
you.
trying to solve a little thing. So
Yeah.
I face
Thank
it
you.
sometimes. It's the same problem. So that's the reason why
Yeah.
I put in your place and oh God, I need to help you her.
Thank
So
you.
that's the reason why
Really
I go.
appreciate. Okay,
Thanks.
really appreciate this. Okay, then. Well, I should let you go. Thanks for sharing.
Okay,
And
thanks.
okay.
Bye
All
bye.
right.
See
Have a
ya.
good night. Have a good
Good
dinner.
show.
See you. Okay.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Have a good one. Yeah. See you. Bye bye. Yeah. Okay. All right, folks. And so now, let me see. What should I do now, right? And let me do this one thing. Let me like not share my screen now. I always end my screen share. I'm here, and okay. And let me kind of go back to this. And okay, so we got through that problem, which is good. It took, okay, by the way, it took almost like an hour. Oh my gosh, those are the kind of things. And okay, so let's not worry about it now, but I believe we're close to it. We can then run this sample just using the Maven. So I'm there, right? I got the file. So let me kind of make sure that file is there in the right place. Oops. Print, right? Well, I don't have to do it like this, but you can have different ways to find out about your file. Okay, so cool, it's in the right place. So now, mpnw, Spring Boot. Okay, cool. Okay, great. And now it looks like we should be all good. Oh, something is not good. But I've been like streaming for, oh my gosh, 2.5 hours. So I should probably go pretty soon too. And if this doesn't work, let's see what it says though. Okay, it doesn't kind of let me do this. Okay, whoops. Wait, let me go back to my terminal. This is nuts. Something, I think sometimes the Thea thing, I've used it before, but it's inside skills network, so something similar to like Katacoda thing, and it's not very convenient sometimes. And I lost because I clicked on the wrong thing, and now I actually lost my window. Extension, no, run and debug. Okay, here we go. No. Source control, no. Why did I do that, right? You were like wondering, like, why did I do that? And sometimes it just happened. Sorry about that. Okay, let me go back to here, my terminal, here we go. Why is it so, okay, here we go. Oh. See, what I wanted to do, and I think that's the thing with the Thea too, is not very flexible. And I basically just wanted to say, let's do this so we can kind of maximize it. So just wanted to kind of maybe at least see what is going on. The Spring, it started up. Oh, okay, so something with the OAuth now. Unsatisfied dependency expressed through method client registration repository. Nested exception is blah, 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 and it's creating bean with the name Spring Security OAuth 2. All of these things with the properties. Invocation of init method failed. Client ID, oh, that's the thing. I think I might have entered in the wrong client ID, so that's why it's giving issue. But other than that, I think it should work. So, but since it is kind of close to 6 o'clock my time, and I am really starving, so let me kind of work on cleaning this up, and then I'll kind of resume at this point next time when I come back online. So, okay, well, thank you all for having joined me today. And if you've been watching, then you're like wondering, why doesn't she know how to do? Well, the thing is, there are all these small things, right? We in general, we tend to focus on the big picture, big thing, well, so to speak, the big steps, right? The database, all of these things, and then these small things, how do you actually upload the file was actually taking such a long time. So I think, to actually do a very effective job is to kind of figure out all of these small things. I mean, they are not the most important thing, but yet if they don't work, then your whole app doesn't work, right? So it has to be clear. That might be something too I kind of can mention to someone if I find out who is documenting it. It would be just nice to kind of say a little bit extra, use your context menu when you highlight into that particular directory, right click, then you get to your upload directory. As simple as that. So thank you again, Max. Really appreciate it. So, okay, folks, let me know what you think. I hope too. I mean, this I know is a bit kind of a what you call an awkward kind of stepping through the whole thing, but I hope you get the idea of what what this is, right? And actually, this app we haven't even looked at it, right? So why don't we kind of take a really quick look, because even I'm kind of wondering, right? Over here, actually, you know what? I like to do it command line. So let's take a look at command line, because it's just a lot faster rather than clicking through everything. So going to source main Java. Okay, so Java brains. Okay, so better read. So let's see what it's doing. Oh, it's actually more complicated than I thought. So essentially, too, looks like it's a book connection, and we're doing must be like a bookstore kind of thing, kind of like kind of wanting to see what it's trying to do. But let's take a look. The book Better Read app must be the entry point, right? The Spring Boot. Yep, this is the Spring Boot app, the entry point. And basically, very typical Spring app, the Spring Boot app, right? Doing the setting up the main will actually boot up the app, and no need to explain. But look at the first bean in here is the Session Builder Customizer. So that reads in all the properties. So that's the properties that we that I have, right, of the environment properties, and gets from the secure bundle toolpath. So this is where it's like actually bombing out because I have some of the properties not set up correctly. But like I said, I'll fix that and we can show that next time. And then essentially that's what it is. And it's basically the Session Builder Customizer will return a SQL, a Cassandra QL Session Builder Customizer to it. And that's what it is. So, okay, so this is that, and that's our entry point. The thing is, too, let me kind of take a look. What is it? The build with SQL Session Builder. Okay, the properties file. Astra properties get secure. So where is the properties file? So that's the DataStax Astra properties.class. So that's the injected in that particular properties class. Oops. Okay. And we don't want to take, well, we could take a look into it too. Let me kind of, like I said, I like to go to this. Oops. Let me go back to the resource. Resource directory. Okay, so let's take a look at the YAML. Okay, so YAML will actually read from that secure file and fills those all in as for DB. Okay, so like I said, let me fix that. So it looks like it's a fairly simple in this case, right? It's just one kind of direct connection through all of these parameters. It connects to our database, and then it does a bunch of things. Yeah, it will be good, right? Next time, let me get this thing going. But these are just resources, so these are just some images and templates. Okay, so no need to look more into the resources directory. Go back into here, and actually, if you take a look, it's got security adapter, the book. So there must be some book thing, and then the search, and then so it must be just a very simple like books repository, and then we do some search, and it looks like it's probably only able to do searches. I don't know if it does any like insert and update. But yeah, that will be a really good app to start working with next time. So okay, but actually I have to tell you too, next week I will be having Frank Del Porte. He is actually based in Belgium, and he is the guy that that has written, is still writing a lot of books and tutorials about Raspberry Pi working with MQTT broker. So that's also another like pops up broker for IoT specific like messaging too. So that supports the MQTT protocol, right? So he'll show that. So I'm going to be connecting with him. So he's going to come here. So I should be able to be a bit earlier, like at 2 o'clock, or maybe I might have scheduled something earlier with him because in Belgium they are like 7 hours ahead of where I am. So I don't want to be way too late for him. And he's just going to come and show something for an hour or so. So after that, then when I have time, then let me resume this Cassandra app itself. Or if I have time too, if you're interested, I can do another episode just to kind of complete this section too. But right now I am just too hungry, so I need to eat something. But I want to thank you again. So I hope it's been helpful. And again, look up all of these things that we've talked about, and let me kind of like show it to you, right, folks? If you just join, right? So over here, right, datastacks.com is where you can find a lot of the resources to learn about it. And we support open source Apache Cassandra, Apache Pulsar, that's the streaming side. And Apache Pulsar also depends on Apache Bookkeeper for all the journaling. It separates out all of the log streaming, using Bookkeep, that's what it says, and Zookeeper for help managing the clusters and everything. So those are the open source projects we work with, but it's nice to have a commercial company backing if you need the support, right? So that's the idea. So, and again, I keep saying goodbye. I'm very hungry. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Okay, okay, there we go. Bye.